ECU?
R.
Do you bleed purple and gold? Are you ready to hoist the colors?
Hoist the colors!
It's time for the most in-depth look into the world of ECU athletics. Welcome to Hoist the Colors with your host, Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game. Watch the show live on Facebook and at 943thegame.com. Here's Stephen Igo.
Welcome in. It is Hoist the Colors, Thursday, August 21st edition of the program. We are 1 week away from East Carolina and NC State kicking off the 2025 football season. It'll be here before you know it. It's already crazy to say we are just 7 days out. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and X. If you have a question or comment, drop it in any of the chat, and we will get to it throughout today's show. Also, download the IBX Media app to get all of our shows, along with the Patrick Johnson Show, Talk of the Town, and more content from IBX Media, as well as make sure to subscribe on YouTube, 94.3 The Game YouTube page. We continue to see our numbers rise there. Also, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We continue to also run our 50% off special on hoistthecolors.net if you want all our VIP content there. So make sure to check out the written form on hoistthecolors.net. Exciting show ahead. We're going to continue on with our over-under picks for ECU football. We've done quarterbacks. We've done running backs. We've done receivers / tight ends. We're now going to look at the defensive side of the ball. We're going to make some picks on how many points per game ECU will allow. Defensive touchdowns, interceptions, team sacks, all that sort of stuff. We'll make those picks over the course of the next hour. We're also going to have some special categories such as missed extra points, everybody's favorite topic when talking about ECU football. Will ECU return a punt for a touchdown for the first time in 21 years? We'll make that pick as well, get that answer by the end of the season, and much more. So excited about that. And we also have our Conference USA preview. And I'll be honest, we were not excited about the Big Ten. I can say with certainty we're not excited about Conference USA, although it is, Philip Pilkington joins us. He's producing today. It's almost like ECU's most recent conference before the American was Conference USA, and it's almost like looking back at your ex-girlfriend and seeing how bad things have gotten with her.
Yeah, if CUSA is the ex-girlfriend, she's gotten extremely overweight. She's hideous looking. She's got no money, clearly, and yeah, so that was a good breakup for ECU. ECU benefited from that one. And as down and as hard as this was, I think we've got some fun things planned for this Conference USA preview. A little bit of a teaser there. It's not going to be as boring as you think it's going to be. We're just going to put it that way.
If you, I'm looking forward to that. And if you are just a casual football fan, you may even be a diehard football fan and may not realize what teams are in Conference USA now. So we'll run through that as well later in the program. All right, we do have some comments. We'll get to those in a minute. Also, if anybody has seen the new banner that was up at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, which is, by the way, awesome idea. They were highlighting former players, and they will have those up before the home opener. I think it was Keaton Mitchell, David Garrard, and Jaquan McMillan on one banner, but there was a misspelling as well, so they took it down. So we can get into that discussion if anybody wants to talk about. But long overdue, and glad they're doing that. And I expect they'll have it right for the season opener, so we can get into that. Also, I wanted to point out big news at the Pirate Club luncheon yesterday, as the ECU Pirate Club has launched what is called a campaign for basically giving touchdowns in response. It's called Pledge Per Touchdown, and this is all going to go to revenue sharing. I just want to make sure people realize this is a thing because I think it's an awesome idea. You can go to ecupirateclub.com/PPTD to see the official launch of this. But essentially, you can pledge any amount per touchdown scored by East Carolina's offense, defense, or special teams throughout the 2025 season. Every time ECU scores a touchdown, you will gift that amount. All that money will go towards the revenue share for ECU to obviously acquire talent, to pay players. You will make your first gift for the first touchdown upon checkout, and you will be charged the Tuesday following each game during the 2025 football season. So if you say you're going to pledge $25 per touchdown, ECU goes out and scores 6 touchdowns in the opener against NC State, it's $150 that will go to revenue sharing. That'll happen for every game. So I think this is an awesome idea. I know there's some fans that have already been doing this, Philip, for the team kind of on their own, or like how many points the team scored, they would go in and give that amount of money. I think this is a cool idea. You always want to raise funding for player acquisition in this era, and this is kind of a unique way to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's how it's a lot like how Carter Cunningham did with his home runs. You know, where you could pick a Pirate, whether it be Carter or anyone else, or the whole team. And for every home run they hit, you know, it went to the Children's Hospital. So kind of the same, you know, deal here. And I think this is a great opportunity. And I think it's more fun for the fans when they do it this way, and they're more likely to donate in a way like this than to just cut a check as well.
All right, so just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. Again, check it out and go to the ECU Pirate Club social accounts, or again, go to ecupirateclub.com/PPTD for information there. All right, Terry Long wants to know why we are not doing the offensive line for our over-under picks. I mean, should we keep track of pancakes for certain offensive line? I just think it'd be very tough to do.
I think it'd be too hard.
I mean, outside of like games started, you know, how many different linemen we'll see. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I guess we could implement that later in the week if we wanted to, if we got time.
Maybe we will try to do it. Bobby Hard wants to know how many touchdowns did ECU score last year. Don't want anyone to Michael Scott it like the walkathon donation. So ECU scored a decent amount last year. I'd have to do the actual math.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Johnny Stats, how many touchdowns did ECU score last year?
Johnny Stats was at ECU Media Day.
I know. It was I had never met Johnny Stats. It was good to meet him.
Johnny Stats, the media member.
Yeah, I wish I could have talked to him a little more when he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, I'm Johnny," and I was like, "Oh, hey," and it was good to meet him. But like, there was so much going on. I feel like I didn't get to like engage. So sorry if I was quick to walk away there, Johnny. But it was good to meet you on Saturday.
Brady Thomas, former Hoist the Colors intern, says, "Sup? What's up, Brady?" Cameron says, "Biggest concern is the unknown with this new defense. If we can't stop the run, State will obliterate us." I agree.
Yeah.
And the same goes for State. State has questions defensively. If they can't stop the run, ECU is going to be scoring a lot of points as well. So speaking of that Pirate defense, let's talk about it. Let's get into our over-under picks. Again, we've been doing this since late last week. We'll continue it now with the ECU defensive side of the ball. First up is points per game allowed. ECU in 2024, during the 2024 season, allowed 27.3 points per game. I set the over-under at 31.5 points per game for ECU's defense, or just obviously, I guess if you throw a pick six, this counts towards that as well. But 31.5, kind of high, but my expectations are reasonable for this defense. I don't expect a ton, given all the losses, but I think they can still be opportunistic and solid. But 31.5, what do you got over-under?
I'm going to go a little under. I think the back half of the schedule being as easy as it is, they could have some games they let up 7 or 10 that pulls them under.
31.5. I think if you are under 30, 31, you're in pretty good shape with this team. I'm going to go just over. I think they allow in the 31, 32 range. I'm going to go 31.8 points per game, which I think they're going to have some games that give up a high total, like you said, Philip, and they're going to have some where they hold teams to the teens, the 20s. But I expect this offense to average in the mid-30s. So I think you're going to win more games than you lose. All right, total team defensive interceptions. The Pirates had 14 interceptions as a team in 2024. I'm setting the over-under at 11.5 for 2024. Or 2025, excuse me. This season, 11.5 over-under.
I'm going under. I don't love... I don't think we have like a true ball hawk guy. Also, like even the worst teams in the conference, I feel like at least have kind of like competent quarterbacks. Like if FAU's not really good, I still think is it Valencamp or
Velcamp?
Velcamp. Simon from Temple. Like these guys are going to take care of the ball pretty well. So I'm gonna go under.
I am gonna go under as well. Jordy Lowry did have, I think, 6 interceptions, 5 or 6 last year at Western Carolina. You also had Key Crowell, had a handful. Both those guys are corner transfers. I think it can be done. I just don't know if it will be done, so I'm going to go under, and I'll stick with that 10-11 range. All right, team sacks. The Pirates had 22 sacks in 13 games last season, counting the bowl game. 23.5 I set the total at this year. Josh Aldridge, if there's one thing he's been high on, it's the pressure. Judging by Phillip, he is going to go with the over.
Oh, yeah, baby. This team's going to get after the quarterback. I'm a little worried that they may sometimes bring too much pressure and allow some shallow crossers to go longer than they should. But, yeah, this team they are amped up to get after the quarterback. So, yeah, I'm 100% going the over. They're going to be up 27, 28 sacks. Easy.
You look at Josh Aldridge when he was at Liberty. They ranked near the top of the country in sacks. They also ranked there when he was the coordinator at the Division II and FCS levels as well. So I'm gonna go over as well. I think they're going to be in that 24-25 sack range. J.D. Lampley can rush the passer. Raheem Craig can rush the passer. Julian Davis can rush the passer. Kendrick DeJour can rush the passer. Justin Benton can rush the passer. Samuel Danka from linebacker can really blitz. I just think they've got pass rushers. So as Josh Aldridge has said, I expect them to be able to get some sacks. Who will lead ECU in tackles?
The man who teleports all over the field when the opposing team runs the ball. He can be 15 yards off the ball, lined up as safety position. They can run the ball the other way, and he can still make a tackle 2 yards in the backfield. Give me Tegan Wilk, baby. Tegan Wilk is back in Greenville.
I'm going to go with another safety. I'm going to go with Jamarly Riddle. I think now he is more of your free field safety where he's going to be further off the ball. Unfortunately, I think ECU is going to give up a lot of passing yards, and I think he's going to be making a lot of those tackles down the field. I think he's going to play a lot. I am going to go with Jamarly Riddle to lead the team in tackles. Kason O'Malley says Riddle breakout year, 4+ picks this year on the back end. He had 3 last year, so I like the pick. And will that person have over 100 tackles? Omar Rogers had 104 in 2024. Will a Pirate player have more than 100 tackles?
I'm going to go no.
I think you're going to have a couple guys close, but I'm going to say no as well. I think unfortunately the defense is going to be on the field a decent amount, just given the style of ECU's offense and the unknowns defensively. But I'm going to go just under 100. Who will lead ECU in interceptions?
I'm with Kason on this one. I'm going to go with Riddle.
Jamarly Riddle would seem to be the pick. He had 3 last year, which was tied for the team lead as a freshman. I think he will have multiple this year. I'm going to go with Jordy Lowry. I don't think he's a perfect corner. I do think he's an opportunistic corner. I think when the ball is able to be picked off, he's not going to be one of those corners that doesn't make the play. You know, how many times do we see those corners that just can't catch the ball or make a play on the ball in the air? I think Jordy Lowry will. I think he finishes the year with 4. Typically, you just don't see a lot of 4, 5, 6 interception totals for individual guys. I think Lowry could be that, as we saw last year at Western Carolina. Who will lead ECU in sacks?
I like JD. I think he's the vet presence in the defensive end room. So
J.D. Lampley last year had a team-high 39 pressures per Pro Football Focus. He finished the year with 3 sacks.
He'll be at 6 or 7.
He's got to get the guy on the ground.
Yeah.
I asked him about that at media day. I was like, how hard is it to simulate? And he's like, it's tough, man, because you can't even come close to the quarterback in practice or you get yelled at. So
yeah.
I think he's got enough experience now, though, that he's gonna follow through on that. I'm torn between him and Raheem Craig. I think both guys had a considerable amount of pressures last year, just couldn't finish the deal with a bunch of sacks. But I'm going to go with Lampley as well with the sack. All right, ECU defensive touchdowns. We lost this one quickly last year. Bobby, I think, had the over. Me and you had the under, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
1.5 is what I'm setting it at again. ECU had 3 defensive touchdowns in 2024. Here's another question for you. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and pick this one. Over under 1.5.
I'm going under. Just like I said, there's going to be less interceptions this year, I think. This team's going to rely on sacks a lot more as their big plays and INTs, so less.
I went under last year. I got burned by it. Give me the over this year. I think Josh Aldridge, much like Blake Harrell, is going to create havoc. His defenses, I think they chart havoc plays or some sort of term they utilize with that. I can't remember the exact term. Maybe it is havoc, but I think they're gonna have a pick 6 and a scoop and score. So last year, ECU had 3 defensive touchdowns. Can you name them?
Was that? Ooh.
Two of them happened in non-conference play.
Okay.
One of them happened.
One of them happened against
Florida.
App pretty early in the game, right?
Yep. They all three happened at home.
Was it a scoop and score against App?
They were all pick sixes.
Okay.
One guy is now in the NFL.
Okay, so it was Savon.
He was versus App.
Yeah. Did he have two?
He had one.
Okay, he had one. That was against App. Then there was the other out of conference game would have been. Crap.
It's kind of an obscure one. Norfolk State to open the year. I want to say it may have been ECU's first score.
Yeah, I don't know who had it.
Gavin Gibson, pick six against Norfolk State.
Yeah, that was back-to-back years because I think he had one the previous year too.
And then Temple, one of the returning players we talked about had a pick six versus Temple in Blake Hill's first game. Correct. Jamarlee Riddle.
Oh, that's right. Who laid that block? Was it Gibson that took somebody out as he was running down the field as Riddle was bringing it back? There was a dude who was going to make the tackle at the 5, and somebody just ear-holed him.
There was a great convoy when he got that ball because it was not an easy pick six.
No.
For Jamarlee. So those were your three last year. Can the Pirates get over again? I'm going over. Philip says no. All right, this was an interesting one. I did the defensive depth chart this morning, projection on hoisted colors. There's like 6 or 7 corners I could see playing. But who will start? I said, how many ECU cornerbacks will start games? I said the over-under at 4.5. Do you think?
Does this include the star position?
No, this is just straight outside cornerback.
Okay.
But there's like 8 guys who could play here. It's just a matter of will somebody emerge.
I think you're in trouble if you hit the over 4.5. I don't think you want 5 to 6 guys starting.
I agree with that.
So I'm going under. I'm going to have a little faith.
I just think there's a pretty even competition in that room. I'm going over.
Gee, I hope you're wrong.
And I hope I am too. I would love to be wrong. So there's your defensive over-unders. We'll get to our special categories next. Couple things in the chat. Cameron wants to talk about the economic aspect of having so many Thursday games. We might can get to that later or potentially on Friday. Cameron, we'll see. Lane Smith says, how about those Phillies? Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. The Mariners are 1-8 since Jeff Passan tweeted about how great they are. Jackson says, in your opinion, is this a must-win game for NC State? Do you believe Dave Dorn survives this season with an opening loss to ECU? Yes, it is a must-win game for Dave Dorn. No, he does not survive.
Yeah, I'll echo that.
I think ECU is going to get NC State's best shot. I think, as we talked about with Kevin Monroe yesterday, if ECU gets off to a good start or just keeps it close going into the second half, I think you're going to have a lot of tension building inside Carter Finley Stadium. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. We'll make some special category picks. We also got our Conference USA preview later. We'll have some fun with that. This is Hoist the Colors.
The team of Flatlands Jessup is working overtime to help ensure that Eastern North Carolinians like you get the health insurance help you need this open enrollment period. New legislation passed meaning more people than ever qualify for affordable coverage. Let us help you today.
Big tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
Tired of the 1-800 numbers advertising Medicare products? Flatlands Jessup has 6 offices all throughout eastern North Carolina. Get face-to-face help from our local award-winning licensed team. Stop by today. Flatlands Jessup, your whole world covered.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arg!
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation from a real person? Right. That's what's so nice about Phelps Chevrolet. After more than 50 years serving our community, Phelps remains family-owned and operated. Mike, Daryl, Wave, West, Allen, and Clay deliver hometown service and integrity, same as always. They share your experience, they share your values, and they are ready to help with any motoring need. Come get you one.
Loyal and bold, we're the purple and gold.
Yo ho ho!
And we're back to hoist the colors with Steve and Igo on 94.3 The Game.
It's Hoist the Colors, 7 days out from kickoff. East Carolina, NC State will continue to preview that game. By the way, make sure to tune in. Our pregame show will be live from Carter Finley Stadium on Thursday, August 28th, starting at 4 o'clock. Philip and I co-hosting the pregame show. Are you excited, man?
I am. We're gonna have to hurry. Like, I think we're gonna have to leave right from here, right after, to get there and make sure we're all set up. So I'm very excited. I guess we're gonna eat lunch before the show that day, and
which, by the way,
3 hours together, man. This is gonna be fun.
Do we even have credentials? I haven't even gotten a credential for this game yet, so I assume we're gonna be able to get up there.
I'm guessing, I have not been approved officially, but I did email their SID and say, like, I'm part of the radio broadcast, so approve me. But, nothing was...
I've not gotten any official approval, so I may be having to sneak into the press box through the pregame if needed. But I think it'll be fine. We're still a week out.
Good.
All right, let's move on. Let's make some picks here in our special categories, as we'll have some fun with this one. Well, again, Cameron, we'll try to get to your question in our later in the show. If not, we'll save for tomorrow. But that'll be a fun discussion, too, with the Thursday night games. All right, special categories. Will ECU new defensive coordinator Josh Aldridge call games from the booth all season? I asked this question because last year John David Baker called games from the booth till midseason. He came back down. Josh Aldridge, DC, inside linebackers coach, he's going to start the season in the booth. Will he call games from the booth all season?
No. There'll be one game. It'll either be Army or we'll play bad against Army and he'll be ticked off, and against Tulane he'll come down. One of those two.
This is an interesting one for me because I heard him say recently, I was talking to Brian Bailey about this. He said, you already have a defensive mind in Blake Carroll on the sideline.
Yeah. And
all of the position coaches, for the most part, have familiarity dating back to last year with their group. So it's almost like they can coach all the guys up, and he can be the overseer.
Yeah.
I like that in theory, but also the inside linebackers, who are they talking to? Obviously, they can get on the phone, but does he need to look them in the eye when they play Army? I am going to say he will call at least a couple games from the field by the end of the season.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be like a JDB, like, okay, rest of the year thing, but there'll be a couple games.
All right, ECU missed extra points. Everybody's favorite category. I think ECU missed like 4 last year. I'm having faith. I'm setting the over-under at 1.5. I mean, to be sure, we can just have a season where we miss only 1 or 0 extra points.
We did it 2 years ago, I think. It was only 1. So I say every other year we have a good year. and we're due. So give me the under.
Over. I mean, look, I've got to see it to believe it. I'm going ECU misses more than 1.5 extra points.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be ticked off when it happens because I get it, they're college kickers. College kickers should not miss more than 1 extra point.
Shouldn't miss an extra
You shouldn't
point.
miss any. You definitely shouldn't miss 2. So let's get it done. Will ECU make a field goal beyond 50 yards in 2025?
No way.
I'm getting crazy. I'm going to say yes.
No.
Noah Perez hit a 50-yarder in practice the other day.
Okay. I've seen dudes drill 70 in pregame before, and then they go out there in the game, and they can't hit from 62.
Give me a 52-yarder against Temple. No, that's November. That's not happening. Give me a 52-yarder at FAU in Boca.
Okay. Little wind coming off the ocean
Yeah.
there.
Little
Pushes
extra
it
push.
over. Yeah.
Will ECU return a kickoff for a touchdown in 2025? This has been somewhat of a regular occurrence in recent years. Winston Wright did it last year at Charlotte. I think the year before that, the Pirates returned a kickoff. I mean, it's kind of a regular thing, returning kickoffs.
I think they will.
Yes. Pirates will return. I don't even know who the kickoff return guy is going to be. There's like 20 dudes repping back there at practice.
Yeah. I mean, I would guess if he's fully healthy, you'd think Spalding.
Yeah. But he's almost more of a punt return guy.
Yeah.
Marlon Gunn's done it.
I don't want my starting running back
Yeah.
back there getting. I mean, I guess it's kickoff return, not punt, but still.
We saw Jamarly Riddle do punt return, but I just don't know if you could. As much as I love Jamarly Riddle, I don't know if I want him risking his body on punt return. Speaking of punt return,
Kickoff return, touchdown, Mike Wright Jr.
I would love to see that. He can do it. Will ECU return a punt for a touchdown in 2025? It has not been since 2004 against Memphis that Travis Williams returned a punt for a touchdown. It's been 21 years since ECU scored a punt return touchdown. Now, they've blocked a punt for a touchdown, but this is a straight punt return. Does it happen in 2025?
We have interns here and employees here that were not born the last time this happened. So I ain't going to believe it till I see it. So I'm going no.
I mean, I'm definitely going no. I've learned my lesson. Every year I try to be the positive guy. How about how it's – I mean, look, they are due. They're due.
Yeah.
But you got to see it. And it's like it boggles my mind that not even Dwayne Harris could do it. Now, he got close about 5 times, but would get pushed out of bounds or tripped up. Just somebody do it, man. Just so I can – I've had this tweet ready to go for like 10 years. All right, Terry Long.
You have it saved in your drafts?
I do. It really is. It really is
That's
saved in my
awesome.
drafts. Assuming that the switch to X didn't delete all that. Terry Long says, will we muff any punts this year? Absolutely.
Oh, heck yeah.
I mean, that's 100% happening. So, it's just a matter of how many.
Yeah. Over under 2.5. I'm going – I think we do 2.
Yeah, I'll go just under.
All right. We're going 2, Terry.
Will ECU block a kick in 2025? The Pirates blocked 2 kicks last
You
season.
skipped onside kick. Onside kick.
Oh. Well, we'll come back to that.
Okay. We block a kick? Yeah. We'll block a punt, if that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to block a punt,
Kick,
not a PAT.
punt, field goal. I'm
Maybe a
all for
long
it.
field goal, but I think it'll be a punt.
Pirates will block a kick, says Philip. I say yes as well. Will ECU execute a successful onside kick in 2025? They were 0 for 3 last year on onside attempts.
No.
I would say the odds for a successful onside kick are probably pretty low.
Higher in college than it is the NFL, because at least you get the 5-yard running head start. Like NFL, where even though they've made you announce that you're doing it, you still only get a 1-yard head start, and they're too stupid to realize that it would make it easier if they would do 5. But, you got people who've never played football making rules about football. Stupid NFL.
I'm going to go no as well. I mean, I just think the odds of a successful onside kick are slim, even with the better rules in college. Will ECU have a kick blocked
Oh, yeah.
in 2025?
Oh, yeah.
You're saying yes?
Yeah, they'll screw something up.
The Pirates didn't have a single kick blocked last year.
They're due.
You do have a veteran snapper in Tristan O'Brien coming over from Indiana State. You got some pretty veteran specialists. I'm going to say no. Pirates will not have a kick block.
I hope you're right.
I would love to be right. I can't say that I am saying that with conviction, but I am going to believe positively. All right, this is our final one, kind of a random one, but just I was scrolling through the stats. There's so many stats, and it's just kind of crazy to go down that rabbit hole. Will ECU outscore its opponents in the fourth quarter during the course of the 2025 season? Last year, ECU lost the fourth quarter 103-100, so pretty even. Will they outscore their opponents in the final period this season?
No. I just don't think they're going to be getting blown out in enough games. They will be blowing teams out more than they get blown out. Therefore, they will allow more garbage time points being up 30 than, being in a close game. And I think it goes kind of 50-50 during close games, and then like Temple outscores us 10-3, Charlotte outscores us, 10-7, it's kind of thing like that, but you still win the game by 25.
Fourth quarter has been a struggle. I'm going to say the Pirates, though, this year it flips. New strength coach. I think this offense is going to wear teams down and dominate the fourth quarter. Now, the problem is they're going to give up some points in the fourth quarter, but I think it's going to be a high-scoring fourth quarter both ways with the offense just outscoring. All right, a couple things here. Is it too late to change my pick? Johnny Stat says Nick Mozzie has had 4 kicks blocked during his career. He's the projected starting kicker. Logan wants to know who's going to be the holder this year. I've seen Ryan Levy, the punter transfer, holding, along with Kyler Pearson, the return man transfer from Oklahoma State, holding as well. So I don't know who's going to be the holder there. Robert Dedrick says 4th down attempt, ? So I guess he wants a 4th down prop.
Oh, that's a good one.
Percentage, will ECU be over 50% conversion rate on 4th downs?
Yeah, buddy.
You going yes?
Yeah. I might add this to the spreadsheet too.
I'm gonna say just over 50% 4th down conversion rate. All right, there are your special category picks. If you want to add any late, drop them in the chat. John Moody wants to know what other items I have on draft for ECU. At one point, I had Omaha on draft. That dates back to the Texas Tech Super Regional. I did delete that several years ago because I thought it was a jinx. But outside that, nothing comes to mind. I'll see if I can find any. All right, we got to get a break in. On the other side, we've got our Conference USA preview. Cannot wait to share this moment with you guys and let you know who we're picking to win CUSA in 2025. That next. Hoist the colors.
Storm season is approaching. North Carolina weather can damage your roof, and before long, a small leak can turn into a big problem. Your home is one of your biggest investments, so protect it with Wells Home Improvements.
We work with all insurance companies for a hassle-free roof installation experience. Call us today and get 10% off your roof installation when you mention this commercial.
252-227-8403 or visit us online at wellshomeimprovements.com. Wells Home Improvements. Local, honest, dependable.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family.
from your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
For over 51 years, Parker's Barbecue has brought families together with our award-winning whole hog barbecue and fried chicken. Tradition is important at Parker's Barbecue, and for 3 generations, the Parker's Way has stood the test of time. Whether you visit our dining rooms or drive-thrus, use our on-site catering, or even use our nationwide shipping, the hospitality, barbecue, fried chicken, homemade sides are still the same.
We are the Parker family. Come in and let our family show you. This is the Parker's Way.
Get ready to board.
We're live with Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game. Now, back to Hoist the Colors.
All right, welcome back in. Hoist the Colors, Philip Pilkington alongside. We're going to do our Conference USA preview in a minute. Just had to do this because John Moody asked, what other EC-related items do you have drafted up? So these are all, I pulled up my drafts. This is what came up. And a lot of this is not actual stuff I'm saving. It's stuff that couldn't go through due to how poorly the connection was. My most recent draft / failed to send was ECU loses to Charlotte 55-24. My next one was ECU loses to Charlotte 55-24, so it wouldn't let me tweet out the final score. My next draft failed to send was can't ask for a better opening drive for ECU, but we have our first missed extra point of the season to cap it. I don't even know what game that was.
Yeah, I don't either.
But it may have been Norfolk State last year.
I think we did.
And then I have a he's over the line of scrimmage that it wouldn't go through. I have no clue what I was referencing there. And then Birmingham, you are better.
Oh, it was probably Michigan with McCarthy.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, that's a good call out because I would have forgot that. That was 100% what it was. And then Birmingham, you are better than I gave you credit for. Was my other draft. Atticus Ferguson said ODU for the missed extra point.
Okay.
So, all right. So there's that. We'll have to make that a bit every now and then. Check what does. It's mainly road football games.
Yeah.
I can't get connected. Hunter Corbett says the preview no one asked for. Well, sorry, Hunter. We are here to give you a Conference USA preview. We are committed.
We are.
To previewing every league, and we're going to talk Conference USA. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. But here are the teams in Conference USA, a.k.a. ECU's ex-girlfriend. The Liberty Flames, Louisiana Tech, Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State, now a member of Conference USA, UTEP, Jacksonville State, FIU, Sam Houston, Delaware, Missouri State, Kennesaw State. What a conference. It is basically the FCS. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Last place. Who you got?
Delaware. Flacco was named starter of the Browns. Delaware can only have one nice thing per year, so their football team will finish last.
Kennesaw State is my pick. Sorry, Blake Harrell, former Kennesaw State DC. He worked under Brian Bohannon, who had established a 72-38 record. He was fired last year after they started poorly in their first FBS year. I think they're going to regret that. They hired Jerry Mack. Okay hire on paper, but it's going to take some time. Kennesaw State, my last place team. Best conference game. Really struggled with this one. What you got, Philip?
I would like to interest you guys on a game that is taking place on October the 9th. And no, we're not talking about East Carolina and Tulane.
Oh.
We were talking about the Conference USA game that will take place between Sam Houston State and I don't even remember who it is, to be honest. This is bad.
Jacksonville State?
I think it's Jacksonville State, and it might not even be Sam Houston State, to be honest. This is the one thing I forgot to write down, and I accidentally closed the tab. So that's where I really dropped the ball.
I'm pretty sure it's
on
Jacksonville State, Sam Houston.
Yeah, it's Jacksonville State, Sam Houston State. Shows you how excited I am. I forgot who it was. But seriously, this could be the winner of that game could be the one facing Liberty for the conference championship game. Just saying. But yes, that when East Carolina and Tulane end, you've got to flip over because the ECU game, oh no, it'll probably start at the same time. We don't even have a start time announced for that. But when ECU just blows Tulane out of the water and you need something to watch, it'll be the greatest game in the history of Conference USA.
My best conference game is the only Conference USA game I will watch all season. I am jacked up for it. And it is this Saturday, week 0, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky. I think it's a standalone 4 o'clock
It's the only
kickoff.
4 game on at 4 o'clock, so I think you have to watch it.
And it'll be the only one I watch all year.
Let's see. Is there any other games on? Oh, wait. Oh, no, they play at 7.
Oh, no.
So there are other games on. There's a couple FCS
Hawaii,
games, and there's
7:30.
Hawaii and Stanford. Yeah. The standalone 4 o'clock game is Idaho State and UNLV. Right. So if you need a Saturday afternoon nap, there you go.
My apologies. 7 o'clock kickoff for that barn burner. It should honestly be a pretty good game.
Yeah, it really will. It might be the best game of the weekend outside the obvious game, the Big 12 game.
Dark horse title contender. Who you got, Philip?
I'm going to go with FIU. Their quarterback, I think it's Keon Jenkins, is a returning starter. He's a dual-threat quarterback. Had a pretty good season last year. They actually projected him to be the offensive player of the year in the conference. Also, they added a running back transfer, Anthony Carey. This will kind of make him a two-headed monster in the backfield along with Kajon Owens. And this team, they're pretty good on the back end. They're just going to have to figure out how to stop the run. Defensive line's not very good. But if they can find a way to stop the run, they could be a dark horse contender because I think they're going to score a lot of points.
I'm going to take you down to the 915, baby. El Paso, Texas. The UTEP Miners going into the second year of Scotty Walden, who actually did a good job at Austin Peay, runs a wide-open offense. Skylar Locklear. Now, they went 3-9 last season, but don't let that fool you. UTEP is where it's at. That's because they've got the Orange Swarm defense, and they've got the Blue Blaze offense. What am I talking about? Let's hear from Scotty Walden himself, the UTEP Miners head coach. This is why they're my dark horse contender.
Yeah, so we've coined some phrases for each side of the ball. So the reason why we do it this way is to create pride, obviously, in our school colors and who we are, but also to, further our brand, the brand of football we're going to play. So when we talk about the Orange Swarm, right, that epitomizes how we're going to play defense. That the Orange Swarm is our defense. The Orange Swarm is when the ball carrier's tackled, there's going to be 11 hats at the football, 11 orange hats at that football, and we call it hunting and hitting. And so we're going to hunt and hit the ball carrier. The Blue Blaze, we're going to be the fastest offense in the country, the most exciting offense in the nation. And so when you see that blue jersey zipping downfield, we're snapping the ball every 12 seconds and going, that blaze kind of triggers in your mind, we're going to play a fast brand of football, and we're going to be a dynamic offense. It's going to be a type of offense where, again, during a game, you're not going to want to get up and go use the bathroom because you're going to miss something. And so that's what coins those phrases. And lastly, we fence. That is special teams. So we have Orange Swarm's defense, Blue Blazes offense. We fence is special teams. We fence for us is where that is the only time in the game of football where offense and defense have to merge together as one to work as a unit for a common goal. And that's why we call it we fence, because it's about us coming together. And it's a really beautiful thing when you got guys on offense, defense come together and they go make plays for the we fence.
Let's go, baby. We fence. You ready, man?
You've got me ready, I guess. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I was an offensive coordinator for this team in my Dynasty League. Oh, my goodness.
Something about UTEP, because I played 2014 NCAA Hoisted Colors Online Dynasty. I was the Miners as well. We had it rolling, man. I kind of like UTEP. They're in El Paso. It's Sun Bowl. Cool color scheme. Miners is unique.
Okay, do you know what their little hand gesture is? We got like the pirate hook.
No.
Do you know what the
I know
Miner
they have
is?
the pickaxe for logo, but what is their hand gesture?
This.
Okay.
It's kind of stupid. And when I would score a touchdown, they had this male cheerleader who looked a little fruity going. And it was like, oh my God, I don't want to score touchdowns anymore. Please get me the heck out of El Paso, Texas in this video game. But I guess I did it to myself. But are you offended as a Broncos fan that they're calling it the Orange Swarm? I feel like that's kind of a disrespect on the Orange Crush.
The Orange Crush is the OG. So look, imitation, sincerest form of flattery, I believe. So I think it is. It's a good attempt. Although last year they gave up 32.3 points per game. I mean, if you're going to be the Orange Swarm, you got to do a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
So I'm all in, baby. Miners football. Hunter Corbett says the we fence. They're going winless this year.
I don't know if they're going winless. Dang.
They play UT Martin week 2. That'll be a dub.
Oh, come on. Yeah, they got to be UT Martin.
UL Monroe at home. Big game, Louisiana Tech. I know we got to hurry up here, but Liberty at home on a Wednesday, at Sam Houston on a Wednesday, off week, at Kennesaw State on a Tuesday. That'll be the season-defining stretch right there.
Dub City at
Go
Kennesaw,
Miners,
baby.
You gave your dark horses FAU. All right, FIU, excuse me. Common mistake. Conference MVP. Who you
I'm
got?
going to go Jacksonville State's running back Cam Cook. I think they got a dynamic offense. They can break out some long runs.
All right. I've got Maverick McIver from Western Kentucky. We know Tyson Helton, who was at one point looked at as a potential ECU head coach last year, can develop quarterbacks. They lost their guy to FAU. So what did he do? He brought in Abilene Christian's offensive coordinator and their quarterback, Maverick McIver. I know Tyson Helton knows offense, and I trust him to have a good offense and Maverick McIver to lead that in 2025. Our next category is the conference championship game. Who you got?
Well, Liberty's going to win it. They're going to beat your boy Maverick McIver. I think he did a great job at Abilene Christian, throwing for over 8,000 yards. So I do think he leads his program to the title game, but I think, unfortunately, the Hilltoppers do fall to the Liberty Flames.
I have Liberty versus Western Kentucky, and I have Western Kentucky ending Liberty's unbeaten season in the championship. Liberty's schedule is an absolute joke once again. They play nobody.
Don't they play like Maine or somebody?
They play Maine, at Jacksonville State, Bowling Green, James Madison at ODU, UTEP, New Mexico State, Delaware, Missouri State, FIU, La Tech, Kennesaw State. I mean, even if they go undefeated, they're not making the playoff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can't go. Yeah, I mean, you got to schedule. I mean, JMU's okay, ODU's whatever, but Maine and Bowling Green? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, Liberty's got the most money in this conference. They should win it. A lot of money up in Lynchburg, Virginia. Johnny Robertson says Louisiana Tech will need to have a very good year, or Sonny Cumbie will not be around to see the Sun Belt next season. So we were talking about this final thing before we get a break in. Sonny Cumbie has gone 3-9, 3-9, 5-8. Now Phil Steele has Louisiana Tech at the top of his league and going to the conference championship game, but we're not buying the hype.
I'm not buying the hype. I think they make a bowl game. I think they win 6, maybe 7. But to Johnny's point, I agree with Johnny. Like, yeah. I mean, this is already one of the more funded programs, I would guess, in that conference. I mean, historically, Louisiana Tech's usually not a bad team.
Yeah, I mean, they got a proud tradition.
Yeah. They're not going to accept missing bowl games. And there was a stretch in there, a dozen years ago or so, where they were, 7, 8, 9 wins pretty consistently.
Skip Holtz.
Yeah.
And they've got to go to UTEP for their first road conference game. And we know that
beat the Miners.
When you go to take on the Orange Swarm, the Wee Fence, it's tough.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Louisiana Tech, what's their mascot?
The Bulldogs.
What is their female sports mascot? The only team to have different mascots for male and female. Not including, like, it just making it gender neutral, like Cowboys, Cowgirls.
So it can't be like Lady Bulldogs.
It's not Lady Bulldogs.
What is it?
The Techers.
That's a real term?
Yeah.
All right.
Tech nerds, I guess. So
you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was a thing. Legitimately. Good stuff. All right, there's your Conference USA preview. We made it, and I think we made it somewhat entertaining. I guess the jury's out, but really enjoyed that. Keep an eye on the UTEP Miners. Liberty, the overwhelming favorite once again, and Conference USA. All right, we'll get a break in. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the show after this.
Turn your car into cash at Greenville Toyota. Cash in your trade-in today. Then get new Camry just $249 a month, or drive a new RAV4 $319 a month at Greenville Toyota, where our volume saves you money.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro-adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Kinston, Greenville, New Bern, Jacksonville, and Calabash. Stop in today at Fantastic Sam's, where the possibilities are endless.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Other restaurants claim their food is fresh and fast, but are they friendly? At Moore's, you're treated like family the minute you walk into their doors. With locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, and Jacksonville. We've been practicing what we preach since 1945. At Moore's, our barbecue is slow cooked and smoked over real wood daily until it's so tender it's falling off the bone. Combined with our fresh chicken, cooked-to-order seafood, and homemade fixins, we're sure you'll agree. If it's not Moore's, it's less.
Cash in your trade-in at Greenville Toyota. Get a huge offer when you trade. Then save big on a brand new Corolla, just $229 a month. Or get a Tacoma, just $319 a month. Secure your Toyota now at Greenville Toyota.
Pirates play here.
Time to play the game.
This is Hoist the Colors with Stephen Igo on 94.3 The Game.
All right, final segment here. Hoist the Colors. Philip Pilkington alongside 7 days out from kickoff. Got a few things in the comments section we'll try to get through here. Jim Rayford wants to know, how many underdog games will ECU win and how many favored games will ECU blow? I kind of like this question.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, let's see, I've got ECU winning 7. I think they win 2 games that they're dogs in, and they blow 1 game they're a favorite in. I don't know if that maths.
Yeah.
It
depends on if they're. I have us beating Memphis, so if we are favored against Memphis, I say it ends up probably going 1-1. If we're not, then it's 2 where we're dogs that we win and 1 we blow.
I've got ECU beating BYU.
You do.
I've got ECU losing. The FAU game scares me.
It does. But I don't know if they're my favorite. Like, that's so late in the season. Like, they were my dark horse team. They could be good.
Yeah, so I think, as you say, like, the lines will move just because there's so much unknown. So, it tends to even out. But good question, Jim. Terry wants to know how many kickers will kick a field goal this year. How many kickers will kick a field goal or how many kickers will make a field goal? I guess we'll just go kick. I'm going to go over under 2.5.
2. So I'm going under.
I'll say under. You got Conrad, Perez, and Mozzie, but I think it'll be 2, but who knows. All right, Cameron had the question, can we talk about the economic aspect of having so many Thursday night games? He adds, I'm not sure why John Gilbert has not spoken out on it. 2 home Thursday night games is a joke and will cost money to businesses. I mean, your points are fair. It's just at the end of the day, what can ECU do? These are conference games that are being chosen by the affiliate TV station, ESPN, and our broadcast partner and the conference. So, ECU cannot dictate. I mean, they can say what they want and they can ask, but it's just one of those things, Cameron, they really have no control over it.
And I understand the frustration, right? Because you feel like a lot of these other teams in the conferences, probably don't have as many out-of-town fans, right? I don't think there's Temple fans traveling to Temple, where we do have a lot of Raleigh, Greensboro, Charlotte people traveling in for home games here. But I can tell you can ask the conference not to do it, but the conference is probably going to say, up yours, ESPN is doing this, and we don't really care. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. I mean, I know it stinks, and I hate it for our fans, but, I mean, getting a conference with a different TV contract, I guess.
Yeah, it's not good. It's one of those things where I do think it may be a compliment to ECU that they're seen as a team that will draw some national eyeballs. You look traditionally at the Americans midweek schedule. They play a lot of Thursday and Friday night games. And, you're going to get a mix of teams there, but also there's like a lot of Tulane Memphis this year on Thursday nights. So typically they're trying to pair up their best games with these TV slots because otherwise, there's a certain amount of games that need to be on linear networks per the contract. A lot of those are being moved to Thursday, Friday. You've got a select few on Saturday as well. But it's a chance for ECU, if they're good, to show off an exposure on a national scale, which could be a positive. Obviously, it could work the other way as well. I would think there's going to be a decent amount of eyeballs on Army ECU. It's the Army. And I would think also Tulane ECU could be intriguing. Now, Tulsa ECU, I don't know if that moves the needle a whole lot.
I think a lot of it comes down nowadays to who's playing Thursday night football.
Yep.
And, back in the day, Thursday night football didn't start till November. So it was cool to watch a game in Blacksburg on a Thursday night, and it's just not that way anymore. So if the Cowboys, Steelers, or Packers are playing Thursday night, probably not going to get a lot of eyeballs. If you get two NFL teams nobody cares about, if Jacksonville's playing, Seattle, maybe you're going to get a little more eyeballs on our game. I mean, just NFL is going to rule everything.
NFL has changed the complexion of Thursday night football in college. There's zero doubt about that. All right, we're out of time on this Thursday. Appreciate Philip Pilkington. Great stuff with the Conference USA preview. Also, our picks. If you missed any of it, check it out. Archived on all our social channels. We'll be back Friday. Bobby Harward will join us. We'll have Week 0 picks, continued NC State ECU preview and discussion, and much more. This is Hoist the Colors. We'll see you on Friday.